Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Herbal Synergies, the shop. I'm your host, Sinji. With me, Bay.
What up?
And as always, the segment that starts it off flavor of the week.
Flavor of the week.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
you got one, Herbie, or am
Uh,
I going first?
yeah, I guess I'm gonna go with I started watching some Mob Psycho this week and my boy Mob going crazy, fighting Tenru, the blonde head guy. So I was like, the man that went crazy out there. Tore up the whole school and everything. He ain't fight him though, but the man went psycho. That's it.
Okay, my flavor of the week is when Tanjiro stole my boy Zenitsu, I think his name is. I'm drawing a blank on this. I'm drawing a lot of blanks today.
Zenetsu, yeah.
Yeah, he stole his move and did like a speedy fucking cut. He just focused all the muscles, and the artwork on the muscles on his legs were phenomenal. And I was
Yeah.
just like, oof, this man. Are you telling me by the end of this series, Tanjiro will be able to do all breathing?
That was my first thought. I was like, this man's gonna be doing all sorts of manner of breathing.
Yeah, he's gonna be mixing thunder love breathing. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Tanjiro seems for a not OP nigga that gets hurt a lot. Tanjiro seems very OP.
but Tandra also, his recovery is getting faster too, because he wasn't out for 4 months. It was just a week this time.
Mm-hmm.
So, so my man's getting better.
My man Tanjiro. But yeah, that was my
Yeah.
flavor this week. So, Irby, what, pray tell, would you like to talk about first?
Let's get into that Demon Slayer, because that Demon Slayer boy, that was a different animal this week.
Alright, so Demon Slayer. And the first
Yeah,
thing I wrote was Tanjiro did thunder breathing. And it fucked me all the way up, bro.
yeah, it did. Um, And Zenetsu was saying something like, it was something like being like once you're like conscious of like your breathing, like can you be able to achieve total like concentration? So that's like how Tanjiro learned how to do that move. So I was like, huh, yeah, he did a thunderclap and sliced him off. I was like, man, look at you go, Tanjiro, learn all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, and it was also uh, episode was also kind of a towards the end it was a tearjerker, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, that's the next chapter one. Yeah. So I think the little demon, I thought the little demon grew big, but turns out he just made an outer protective demon shell.
Mm-hmm.
So, so he pretty much survived that way. So I was like, huh, that's interesting.
Now here's something I was thinking of before that came up in like the next chapter. I was really confused because I thought the swordsmith that the guy was tormenting the whole time was making the sword for Tanjiro, and then the Miss Hashira used it. So then I thought it was the Miss Hashira sword, but then he threw it to Tanjiro, um, and Tanjiro used it, and then I didn't know whose sword it was anymore.
I felt like there was like two because Tanjiro's didn't have the hilt on it yet, and I think the Miss Hashira had his sword like repaired. So I don't know. Or he just used a training sword. So it was weird. But Tanjiro got his sword, cut it off, and then what else got me too was when Nezuko, it was like sometimes Tom's like, I gotta shield you, and then he's like, oh, they might get those people, and Nezuko like threw him towards the people. I was like, oh man, she finna die
Yeah.
because the
Oh
sun was
man.
coming out.
So like he was shielding her, and like, it was so good. and, then, and then she kicks him away to save everyone. I'm just like, Nezuko, no, fuck everybody else.
Yeah,
They're all gonna die anyway.
I was like, dang. I said she sacrificed herself to save those people. I was like, you go, sweetie, you go.
Just excellently written.
It was. I was like, man, look at you go. Mm. But then he came back. Was like, oh, she totally vaporized. And then it
Not
was
even her
like,
bones
nope,
remain.
she, she didn't die. She's like, I'm right here.
Good
Mind you,
morning.
she doesn't know how to talk at all.
But
But
in the next chapter, if I'm not mistaken, her talking starts getting better because she's hanging out with more people. Which I don't
yeah,
understand why she couldn't. Why did her development into not being harmed by the sun develop her speech? Maybe she just hasn't been trying hard enough.
I don't know.
That part was a little
But
confusing to me.
part of it like her blood's changing, but I feel like maybe it has to do with when she's a little kid that like barely was spoken when she got first turned into a demon. So like
She was
if
still
you
like
want to
a
look,
child mindset.
yeah, if you want to look at it like the progression of her blood changing to back to be somewhat human, that might be the case. But I don't really know. I couldn't really tell you.
Yeah, so after we find out she survives the whole sun thing, we go over to Mugen or Muzin
Yeah,
and find out that he was only pretending to be a child so he can like study in peace and like find this flower. I forget the name of
the
it.
blue lily.
Yeah, and it's supposed to pretty much help with the whole sun thing. Muzin's only fucking gripe in life is that he can't enjoy the sun. That's the only reason he's the villain in the story.
I did
The
find
bil-
it yeah, I did find it like weird like he has a whole like he got turned into a demon by a physician trying out recipes to save him. So
yeah,
that was weird because now he just creates demons.
he's been trying to create
A
a
demon that could
demon that can survive.
withstand
Yeah, and then he wants
yeah.
to absorb the demon so that he can withstand. So now, after he done slaughtered the family who he was pretending to be the kid of, now
Yeah.
he's got his eyes set on Nezuko.
Yep. So big battles brewing.
Indeed.
So
Then the next few chapters were pretty much everyone training.
yeah.
The head of the demon corpse is, I don't know what the hell happened to him that he's bandaged up like that, but he's too sick to even come out
Yeah.
now.
Kalyuga Buyashiki. Yeah, and then you find out like the curse mark that they get and it's like they're trying to figure out like the specific triggers. Like the one Tokido said it's like a high fever and like a big heart rate.
Mm-hmm.
So they had their little council meeting, so um they tried to figure that out. And then I'm not sure they figured it out, but they did
Yeah,
something.
neither Hashira did a good job at explaining how it got triggered.
Yeah.
And
I think they said it was like a thing of like a thing of what is it? Um Survival. That's what it was.
yeah, but my thing was, and here's something I wanted to make note of. wasn't wasn't the only reason the mark appeared on people was because they were descendants of for the first breathers, the sun breathers.
It was also it's something to do with like resonance. Um, when you're with someone near the mark, like you're able to like get some form of the mark. They also were saying so,
Oh, okay.
and
So Tandro was just very influential on people.
yeah, Chandra was in the area. So I'm not sure they had to be like within a couple meters or just like a couple hundred meters, you know. But yeah, it was yeah, they tried to get it, and this Tanjiro gets his sword back and finds out the guy has like the symbol for character for slay, the kanji for slay.
Mm-hmm. And
So
he has Rengoku's hilt,
yes, so
which I liked Rengoku. The short time that we were with him, I really enjoyed his character.
I did too. He was great.
He was he was great. By the way, guys,
Yeah.
I don't know if I found them yet, but Demon Slayer, gonna be collecting that soon. I started collecting mangas. I have 15 volumes of that time I got reincarnated as a slime. I have the only volume of Bofuri. If you guys don't know, it's a newer anime on Hulu, maybe elsewhere as well. Where a girl, she's in a VR world and she doesn't really know how to play games. So to not get hurt and to protect people, she just kept maxing out her defense, and that's the basis of the story. I'm gonna be trying out this new one. Let me grab it real quick to see the name. Hold on. It is called My Status as an Assassin Obviously Exceeds the Heroes. And I know nothing about it, but it looked interesting, so I grabbed the first 3 volumes. And I have Sword Art Online on its way, but I accidentally bought some novels, so I have to return them and exchange them for the mangas. And my birthday's coming up, so I got my mom to get me a few books. She's getting me Shield Hero.
Mm.
But yeah, so something good, important to note. The water Hashira, who doesn't claim to be a Hashira, or the water Hashira at the very least, he always had this very loner vibe to him. It's like, I don't fuck with the rest of you. I think his name is Tomioka or something like that.
Yeah, let me search. Yeah, Tomioku. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we learn in this volume that the only reason he was like that is because when he took the test, he had this friend who was the same age as him, who was really strong. And whereas he couldn't defeat one demon, his friend pretty much defeated all of them, but died during the test. So Tomioka passed, and ever since he never thought he was good enough and didn't want to participate with people, cause the Hashiras, because he didn't feel he deserved to be in their presence. And like that like opened up a huge gateway to this man's personality and how he is, and I was just like, damn, he's just been really insecure about himself as a person. That's why he's a loner.
But you're also getting that Sabito was also the guy that helped Tanjiro pass.
He was. It's just a
Yeah,
classic of like it's like Lloyd in Starter Town. He just doesn't see his worth. So, you know, that happens.
yeah. I did think it was cool. So him and Tanjiro have a talk, and then he ends up Tanjiro. I forget what he asks him or something, but basically he sees there's an error of his ways, and he's like, "Oh, I'm finna start training again." Cause I'll be at training, so they all start training. each of the
Mm-hmm.
Hashiros have their
Their
own
own.
separate. Yeah,
Yeah. Which, okay, so I think it's cool that they all, like, so the point of this is to, like, give everyone who's training under them overall improvement. But if they're all masters of whatever they're training, I feel like they should also participate in their own schedule upon their own schedule because, like, hey, it's important for the guy who's good on defense to be flexible. It's important for the guy who's good at attacking to be precise. It's, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So, like, it
So,
doesn't, they don't really go in depth on, like, if the Hashuras are training themselves as well.
but that's what
But
the TV show probably for, you know,
true. Mm-hmm.
because it's gonna have some episodes where they fill that in. But yeah, I got the yeah, physical fitness was that lady Uzi. Uh, Kanroji was flexibility. Hashimoto with Michiro. Swords was the serpent guy. Infinite Strike is wind, and the strength guy had like stone strength training. Now he's an interesting character because that man was meditating in fire. So
True. True.
yeah,
Now, here's I here's the thing that was really interesting to me. It was the whole battle between the brothers,
yeah,
and what sucked about that was like I still don't, as far as I know, the show or the manga, the read, it didn't really specify on why the older brother hates the younger brother right now.
yeah. They're not there yet.
So I don't know. But Tanjiro did a really good job at protecting the younger brother
Genya,
from, yeah,
yeah,
he did a really good job protecting Genya. And even though he was like kind of getting beat, he was also holding his own, and unfortunately Tanjiro couldn't finish his training.
yeah. There's like you gotta be separated.
They got separated. And like I just like before that incident when Tanjiro first got on, I was like, get on with it. And it's like, don't be so friendly. I don't like you. So that's okay because I don't like you either. You stabbed Nezuko, and but he's still walking around happily. I'm like, you know what? You can never. It's hard for Tanjiro not to like be a likable person.
Yeah, yeah. He's cool. So yeah, he finished most of his training in like 5 days. Um, So, and then that lady that was studying Nezuko's blood, they invited her to the Demon Slayer's head HQ to work to discover some stuff. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Although we don't know if she took him up on that offer.
Don't know. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
she was just surprised it was an offer. I was just like, I forgot. Honestly, I remembered the lady. I didn't remember she was a demon. I'm like, oh yeah, you're a demon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Because at first I thought that boy was I thought that demon was the guy that like slayed everybody. Musin. I thought he was her assistant, but
Mm-hmm.
I was like, is that the assistant? And I was like, nah, it wasn't.
Nah, dog, chill. It wasn't.
Yeah. So,
Okay, so
so yeah.
what? Is there anything of note other than like? I just want to note that out of nowhere, Tanjiro had a fucking killer body.
He did. He was training super hard. My man put in work. Unlike Luffy.
Stop.
He actually,
You
he
haven't
actually,
seen Luffy in a while, bro.
you actually see Tanjiro train to do stuff. Luffy just get powers out of nowhere.
Why you coming for my boy, bro? You know what? Let's go on. Let's go on and get you over One Piece real quick. Go ahead and tell us where you're at.
Well, after the 10 episodes of saying what's in the letter, they finally did some stuff. Um, it took 10 episodes to say, hey, Sanji's getting married, but so here we are.
You're
We're
pretty. Oh,
there.
you're almost caught up at this point. You got
Yeah,
because you're at
I
the
still
whole
have
cake
another
arc right
300
now.
episodes.
Yeah.
300 episodes.
Jeez, really?
Yes, it's like 1,000 some episodes.
No, I know that, but like I didn't think the two arcs were that like.
The daggone Doflamingo art was 3 seasons. I mean, good lord.
My bad, dog. My bad. Okay, so that's where you are. You're pretty much you're about to enter the whole cake arc. Okay. So with Kenshi, I am I am right before they go to face Shishio in his stronghold. They were plotting. Shishio's and his crew was plotting to setting Ito on fire, but that guy
Did
foiled.
he learned his
Um,
final move?
he learned his final move. Yeah, he learned, which okay. So I don't think this is what he did in the slightest, but his master's final move was like striking 8 points at once, something like that.
I think it was like 9.
No, 8 or 9, yeah. And while Kenshi was trying, he was giving Kenshi hints on like how to surpass it, but Kenshi had to come across it himself. And like in my head, I'm like, well, if it's like 9 spots at once, it's like you gotta swing in a circle at once. And I don't think
Yeah.
he did that in the slightest, but the effect after Kenshi did what he did was a circle, a perfect circle. It was just like, was I right? I don't know. I don't know if I was right.
I have no idea.
Me either. Urgh.
But yeah, it was some good stuff though. I was like, oh, he killed his master.
Nah, his master's okay.
Yeah. I think the funny part was when he was like, here, master, I brought you medicine. He was like, that's nothing more than stuff I mixed up when you were a boy. It's because you felt sick.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a good show though.
Yes. It's a great show.
So like right now Chishio was planning on destroying the city with a metal boat, and Kenshi, Sato, and Sano foiled their plans and destroyed the boats. And Chishio was like, "This will be the last time I underestimate you." And for whatever reason, Kenshi agreed to meeting him at his base to settle this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really understand the reasoning, but hey, Kenshi's Kenshi. You do you, homie. I'll be watching from the sidelines.
Yeah. Kenchi, the
Kimura.
Tosai. Yeah, that they're gonna have some good fights though.
And
Um,
his name was Shinta. His master changed his name to Shinta.
yeah.
I mean, changed his name to Kenshi. His name was Shinta in the beginning. I was just like, oh, I guess Shinta wasn't good enough.
Nah, you couldn't be a killer with that name.
Yeah, I guess you're right. You know what I'm saying? Who am I to judge?
Who am I? But yeah, it was good though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so keep going.
Well, that's where I'm at. They agreed to fight in Shishio's home turf, and they had a little relaxation. Kenshi and Corey were having a moment in the middle of the night on a roof, and
Ooh.
Yoshi came and interrupted. It's like, Corey, all you're gonna do is talk to the guy. You can at least kiss him or something.
Oh, that's good.
And she gets all embarrassed and blushes and like, Yoshi, mind your business, or I'm gonna tell what's her name? You're being a brat. Yeah, and I was like, well, I guess throwing in Yoshi's love interest in.
Yeah.
But then they set off to go fight Shishio, and that's where I left off at.
Yeah, there's gonna be a short-haired guy that's pretty cool in there. I was like, oh man, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty rad.
It's pretty groovy, far out, psychedelic.
It's pretty fragrant.
Yeah, you're fragrant. A
Damn,
fragrant disrespect.
flagrant.
Yes. But yeah,
So that
not
was it
much
for
there.
that was it for my Kenji. Now, um, I guess we can discuss Ken. No,
Kenichi.
let's just no let's Kenichi's way better than Boruto. let's, let's discuss Boruto real quick because that chapter was god awful to me.
There was nothing really there.
I was just like, what is this? I don't know. Maybe I was just being. They were just. Everyone was just. There was nothing. There was nothing to know. I mean, if you have something to say about it, that'd be cool.
Yeah, basically Boruto gets some pills and supposed to eat some karma. Kawiki goes off the chain because he doesn't like that they want to hone their basic skills before they be actually fighting. And decides to fight Boruto for Supreme Commander with Sarada's the leader of the group. So I don't know. It's just fragrantly threw dirt on the Uchiha name, but
No, no, it wasn't. It wasn't for Supreme Command. It was just how they were gonna do the training.
yeah,
Um,
and I mean
Kawaki wanted to
pretty
do
much
combat, and Boruto was okay with doing it Sarada's way,
yeah. So pretty much you ain't listening to your leader. So
and he probably still
yeah,
won't.
yeah.
You
And
know
then
what?
he
But
finds it.
I ain't have enough Sasuke in this chapter for how boring it was.
Mm, yeah, I need I need some Naruto and Sasuke in my chapters. The
That's
only reason I watch
ultimately,
it.
you know what? They wanted to do a spin off. They should have done the spin off a couple generations after Naruto and Sasuke. 'Cause let's be
Yeah,
honest, a lot, and like articles, I saw reading articles on it too. A lot of people just watch Boruto for the nostalgia of the old crew,
yeah.
and that's why it hasn't flourished. Not to mention all the fucking filler. I think they jumped the gun on the anime for something that comes out like once a
Once a week.
month.
I think episodes come out like once a week. I don't keep
I'm
up
talking
with
about the
them though.
manga. I'm talking about the manga.
Yeah,
Yeah, that comes out like once a month.
yeah.
I don't know.
They should have just stopped it, but
Agreed.
they didn't. Yeah. Or they could have waited like a year after Naruto finished for like, oh, Boruto, Naruto, Next Generations.
Yes.
So, so I don't know, but that was me. Nothing really there. Um, but that Dragon Ball Z episode though,
Sir, Dragon Ball Super.
Dragon Ball Super, you know it, it's all the same.
I want to get the
As long
Dragon
as
Ball manga, the Dragon Ball only.
as long as I didn't say Dragon Ball, you know. But yeah, that Super, I was like,
Yeah,
Goku's fighting him.
but Go- Goku almost died. Let's just Let's just put
died
that out
before
there.
it even started.
This man almost died. And Vegeta's like, you like way too much on Ultra Instinct. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like he needs
He
to right now.
well, he doesn't have the Ultra Instinct mastered. That's what he said. He said you rely on Ultra Instinct, but you still don't have it all mastered yet. It's like until then, like practice just dodge with your eyes or whatever
With your mind.
with your mind. Yeah, or
But the
whatever he
thing
said.
is, against the angel, well, actually, he doesn't have it mastered in his base form. So yeah,
Yeah,
because
and
later on the fight, Vegeta does know. Oh, it becomes more precise when he's in a sand form.
yeah, a powered up level. He says
Mm-hmm.
so. So yeah. So yeah, I was like, oh, but then the like Granola's he's pretty good. And Vegeta's like, we don't know what you're talking about. And then he looks and investigates. And he's like, oh, I understand what happened here.
So I think I know what's going on. I'm
Yeah,
picking up what he's putting down. And then Goku was just confused, like, wait, I thought you were the bad guy.
yeah. He's like, I'm the bad guy. He's like, shut up. So that's pretty funny.
Oh man. It wasn't entertaining. Like he got the best of Goku like twice, so Goku finally started taking it serious. I'm just wondering when Goku's gonna go like white hair Ultra Instinct. Because I
Yeah,
still don't think he can maintain that form for too long.
yeah. I don't think he can either. But I'm excited for the next one. Apparently, Vegeta's other Saiyans destroyed him. And then they're like, "Oh, I did think it was funny how they're like, wait, there's no damage. You think he did that, Vegeta?" And he's like, "No, that's from a while ago." And he's like, "The other stuff's still intact."
Now,
So
I think the next chapter is going to be very interesting because lately in Super, they've been after I think that I want to say coming around the Tournament of Power, or even before the Tournament of Power, just the original tournament between Universe 7 and what is it, 8 or 6?
7-6, yeah,
7 and 6. They were really focused on Vegeta's specific development as a character and how he wants to um, he wants to make amends for what him and the Sand race did in the past.
yeah,
So I'm curious to see because like even before Moro, he was looking to make amends and repent in his own way, and he was feeling a lot of Vegeta. No matter what Vegeta does, he seems like he's always carrying a heavy load.
yeah,
Whereas Goku, who was a lot kinder of a person as a child, has grown into the I just want to fight and I'll protect the Earth, but if people die, we can just use the Dragon Balls.
yeah,
And it was just like I don't hate that you do that per se, Goku. I'm just like maybe not willingly let people die. I don't know.
yeah.
So next, what do we got next?
Shoot, that was we got a little bit of Kenichi. Get into that a little bit. Nah, I mean,
Kenichi is a huge build up to me.
yeah, there's no. I don't think there's many episodes left.
Nah, there's just I think the last 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think it's like four left.
Mm-hmm. Which I almost accidentally started watching the next episode because I was in the middle of building my bookshelf for the mangas or whatever, and the episodes were just playing. So in the time frame that the episodes happen, the not including purple hair. What is this? The first fist. I forget what his name is. Not Loki.
Yeah.
Damn, what's Odin? Odin. Not including Odin. The next two fists went sought out to destroy the Shinpaku Alliance. And
I think
Keith,
you jumped ahead the episode.
what happened? Oh, I guess we're gonna talk about Kenichi's little training event.
Yeah, because I think that's the guy that started Ragnarok.
You thought so too, right? The Sage Fist.
Yeah, the Sage Fist. Because Ogata, the man basically beat up a whole bear by himself, left him bleeding there and dying. But like he got disqualified for killing an opponent. And then we also find that the win was the old man. Um, the old man was swiping at Kenichi's back at his neck. So figure out where
The
that went
whole
to.
time. The whole time.
Yes.
I was wondering what that
Yeah.
was too. He was just fast enough to go back to where he was.
Yeah, pretty much. So I was like, huh, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, now you can go ahead with the fists of Odin fighting and getting them.
So, the next two fists, fists 2 and 3, went and sought out to destroy the Shinpaku Alliance, and Kisara and Miyu's group successfully wins their battle with the girls,
Mm-hmm.
and the the fist lady didn't continue to fight, even though Kisara wanted to continue, simply because when her spear broke, it was now a weapon that could kill, and that her intention as a weapon martial artist specialist isn't to kill; it's to demonstrate her skill with a weapon. So it's something along those lines.
Yeah, I find that to be different because all the other Ragnarok people want to kill.
Mm-hmm. It was just I don't know why per se she's in Ragnarok because she doesn't really seem like a fit for the group.
Yeah, especially because she was like, "Up, I don't want to kill you, so
Mm-hmm.
let's continue this another time."
Yeah. So she bowed out and admitted defeat. Now Nijima's group, however,
Yeah, their group got obliterated.
yeah, every plan he had was all for naught.
Yeah, he did too much talking, man. He let that guy figure a way out when he should just closed him up and just kept moving.
Agreed.
The man put a hurting on Sig too.
Oh man, poor Siegfried. But then Sig, he ended up in the
The
um
master's care.
yeah, what's the Ryupak
Rion Ryo
Zanpaku?
Zanpaku.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ryon Zanpaku. He ended up in the Ryon Zanpaku dojo. And this man was hurt. Kisara was a little injured, but this man was hurt, still trying to go. And even though he just joined the alliance, he had so much faith in Kenichi.
Yeah, he's like, Kenichi Shirahama,
The commander
we
will
need
save
you.
us.
Yeah. Mm. Just because the melody of the heart's different, I guess.
Something,
But yeah,
something animated and cheesy.
yeah. But yeah, that man Nijima was slippery though. He was getting dodged and losing clothes. And I like how the Berserker dodged Takeda's two punches. Like he punched and then he was like, "Should I go left?" And he moved left, and then he's like, "Should I move right?" And he moved right, and he's like, "No, I'll go left." And he moved back. I was like, "Man, that man's fast."
Right? Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so I was like, "Huh." But yeah,
What
but then that
happened?
that leg kicker guy, well, Kermit comes to the school because they heard they got obliterated. He's kind of lonely without those guys or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, "Oh, here's the Nishima's address." And then the leg kick guy or whatever was in there, and he tried to give Nijima laxatives. And he's like, "Too bad the top's already been open." And he basically shoves it down his throat, and the kid has to go to the bathroom.
That kid was a sleazeball. He didn't really belong in Kasara's group anyway.
Yeah, I couldn't stand him myself, but yeah, I'm glad he got what he deserved.
He got what he
And so
deserved.
yeah,
We
and that's
didn't.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
didn't really start anything new yet in replacing um,
Lloyd's,
Starter Town. Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah,
but
I think
yeah,
I think
got
anyone
to
who's interested, by the way, the as you guys know, prime example Boruto, the manga is sometimes vastly different from the anime, and it's sometimes better just to read the manga if you want to know like the real scoop, what happened, and what what's what's canon and what's not. Because I'd say a good 70%, 75% of the anime for Boruto is non-canon. Um, for anyone interested or curious, the manga for that time I got reincarnated as a slime is precisely like the anime. So you're not really benefiting in any way, shape, or form by reading it over watching it, other than you can be, you'll know, actually, you'll know what happened and you'll know what you, if you read it, you'll know what happens later on in the anime. You'll be able to see it exactly how it's gonna happen. But interesting to me anyway, the manga does have something the anime doesn't. There's a little bonus story at the end of each volume, and it's Veldora. And for all of you who don't know, Veldora is a dragon inside of Rimuru that he's trying to break the seal. That I think they haven't confirmed it, but I think Shizu put him. They said the hero, but I don't think it's her. It might be. So he's been in Rimuru this whole journey up until the last episode that came out when Rimuru became a demon lord. So from that journey up into from the start up into the finish in the books, Veldor has been keeping a journal and reacting to everything that's been happening. And it's actually pretty entertaining to read. Even though I don't like reading per se, that's why I got manga instead of the novels. So I can still see and don't have to read all the little details that have to go into telling a story. Because like some stories just they go ham with the details. It's just like, come on, he opened the fridge. You don't have to describe what foot he placed before he opened, what hand he grabbed the foot. You know what I mean? It's just they go to every little detail. So it's so
sometimes
much.
you need the detail.
I don't need the details. I just need to know what
Mm.
happened, which is why comics, which is basically how you explain what a manga is to people who don't know. It's like a Japanese comic. It's why I prefer it. And like, I actually found that I enjoy reading the physical books rather than reading it on my phone. I don't know
Yeah,
why, but it's more enjoyable. So yeah, the
you
that
want you want
series.
to know why?
Why?
Because you're getting old. That's why. Old people like physical copies.
Well, I've always wanted a hobby, and I just never knew what it would be. Nor did I ever have the money to sustain one. And then I saw the book for solo leveling the manga, and it was in color. I love that it's in color, so I bought it because like I really like the series, and but there was only one out at the moment. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna start collecting mangas, and like I started with my, not my hero. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, and I'm just working through the ones that look interesting and the ones I know I like. I want to go through the ones I like and see if there's any difference between the show and the book, and yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so the current tea I'm sipping on is my why do I, why I keep trying to say my hero.
I
You
don't
know, I'm
know.
gonna have to collect that. I'm gonna have to collect that. I keep saying it. It's a sign. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. That's my current. Like I'm trying to finish it. Um, it's ongoing. So now I'm dipping my hand into other series until I can finish it. Because you get it doesn't. It comes out online before it comes out in physical form.
Yeah,
If that makes sense.
it makes sense. But yeah, hmm, interesting.
Irby, is
What?
there anything Tower of God related you want to talk about?
Nah, that show whack. It's on worse than Weak Hero. But yeah, the girl that gave Bam the sword came back to the test site. Um, Nothing really happens. Uh, let's see. They make a bet to kill the bull or whatever. They fight the bull. Um, that the guy came that sheep guy's in there, and he almost kills the lizard girl. And yeah, and then they found out they're intruders in the test, and they team up to try to fight. Nothing too spectacular. Nothing to get my tea flowing.
Shit, dog. Keep reading. Shit's about to get real.
It's alright. Might get my tea flowing, might not. Who knows? But yeah, I
I've learned
finished
that
all the
Irby is hard to
Goblin.
please.
Yeah, I am. But yeah, finished all the Goblin Slayer. That one was a brutal anime.
It started off more brutal than it ended out.
Man murdered
But
all of the kids.
bro, man, my
All the
man,
kids.
I don't I forget what the context to this was, but when he came out the sewer in that one town and like he was just sleeping with homegirl, I was like, oh,
Oh, that's because his internal organs were crushed.
and he needed the virgin or whatever.
Yeah, one of the spells could only be done if it was done with a virgin next to him or something.
I was like, oh, okay, all right, cool. They healed something, all right.
Yeah, he's back to normal after that. So
But all right, guys, I think that's about wraps it up for this week. Unless Irby got something else to note.
something else to note. No, Goblin Slayer wasn't too bad. I do think it's a little adult suggested theme, so younger viewers, I don't recommend it. The goblins out there taking goodies. Um, but yeah, no, it was a good one. Mob Psycho is good so far. He's I think the Araka or whatever his name is. I think he's I forget who exactly reminds me of, but he reminds me of a Hercule. That's what it is. That man be mooching off of everything. Yeah, Mob's a little dopey character. But yeah, no, I ain't got much. That's about it.
Ain't gotta worry about nothing.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this week's installment of Herbal Synergy. I hope
Yes.
you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do whatever you gotta do. Show some love, show some support, and we will catch you next week.
You sure will.
Peace.
Peace.